Welcome everyone. Uh, Good evening to all of you. This wonderful evening during the Diwali festival time. Welcome to Upskill with Abhishek. And we have a new guest today. To all the viewers who are watching us live, while watching us in the YouTube or listening to us in a podcast, Upskill with Abhishek, we have Shiv Shenoy. Welcome, Shiv. Welcome to our show, Upskill with Abhishek.
Thank you, Abhishek. Glad to be here.
And to sort of tell about Shiv to everyone, I know Shiv personally for quite some time, and a very interesting person, very down to earth and humble human being. So glad to meet him and be a good friend with him. With respect to Shiv's personal achievements, अगर हम शिव के बारे में बात करें, so Shiv is a niche authority coach. So we will understand that concept from Nish when we get going in talking to Nish to Shiv. Shiv has amazing what you call the experience and the quality of work he has done. He has written almost 21 books, and 80% of the books are available in Amazon, and I think 3 of them are the bestsellers as we speak. He has authored more than 2,700 content in the social media, and he has written many articles in the field of technology, in the field of how PMP, the project management work, has to be done, the authority, the coaching, which has been viewed by almost 1.2 million people as far as the reading goes, and whatnot. He has himself authored many courses. I think 8 or 9 courses he has authored. He has made them by himself and tried to create the awareness, upskilling in the corporate world, in the youth world by his work. So amazing individual, amazing experience. I think we look forward to talking to you, Shiv, and see how the viewers can gain access and knowledge from this wonderful conversation with you. Welcome once again, Shiv.
Wow, thank you. That's an amazing introduction. Thank you, Abhishek.
So, Shiv, to begin with, my first question to you is sort of tell us about your journey, especially in the corporate world, and how you've been establishing yourself as a business coach, as an authority coach, or as an entrepreneur. And I'm sure you must have, as everybody does, see a lot of ups and downs in life, struggles. तो आपके जीवन में जो आपने अपने आप को establish किया as a coach, as a mentor, उसके बारे में बताइए, और उससे जो हमारे जो viewers हैं उनको क्या सीखने मिल सकता है, उनके जीवन में कैसे परिवर्तन आ सकता है, शिव?
Sure. So I basically come from a family of people who are in business. I was the odd one out to do my engineering and get into corporate world. So after my engineering, I joined the IT company as a trainee and grew there. And I worked in corporate for about 15 years. And most of my corporate life, I worked with startups, basically building the intellectual property, which is the actual software for other startups. So that's where most of my time I spent. And its startup world can be strenuous at times. It's okay as long as you're enjoying the work, but the downside is that you don't get to spend much time with your family and all of that. So there was a period when I got burnt out, and it sort of hospitalized me for a couple of weeks, the effect of that. And during those 2 weeks, I get to reflect upon my journey and really question what I was doing, not being able to do anything outside of the work, to the extent that I couldn't spend time with my little growing up kids, not being able to do the work which I wanted to at the beginning of my career, which will impact the society and all of that. And a year from there, I basically quit my job, very well-paying, hefty, good job. And then with not much of an idea as to what I will do, just the fact that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So the first year was quite hard, as one can imagine. The first thing I tried to do is to try and figure out, like any project manager would do, what are my strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, etc. SWOT analysis, what we call, and listed the top 2 or 3 areas where I had some amount of skill which I could monetize, and something that I could work with from a long-term perspective. And then I started looking out into the market as to which of these 3 areas are the one where people have a lot of problems that I can solve. Because just having a skill is not enough. There has to be a hungry crowd, whose problem you can solve with your skills and then monetize it. And I eventually zeroed in on a specific project management exam that I had passed, and the exam had a lot of pull in the market, to the extent that a project manager who has passed this exam can, stake a claim for the promotion or a better job, etc. So I thought, okay, this is the one that I will help. I'll start coaching people. And I basically started off with my other strong area, which was writing or blogging. I had been by 20, this is like 10 years ago, right? 2012, 2013, I had been blogging just on my own for about 4 or 5 years. So I thought I'll club these two, my expertise and interest of writing, and then I started blogging. So in first 8 to 10 months, I converted all of my study notes for this exam, study strategies, preparation tactics, everything for free on this blog. So this blog sort of became the only place where somebody who was preparing for this exam could come, learn everything for free, and then pass the exam. So I had the content and I had to monetize this. That was the challenge. And what I tried to do was to, include a couple of monetization strategies like affiliate marketing, ads, etc., and try to bring traffic apart from search engine optimization. And I was struggling with that. So as luck would have it, I was recommended a book by somebody, which I found on Amazon. And while searching for it, I realized that Amazon is a pretty solid platform where you can find people that are interested in pretty much anything under the sun. So I thought, okay, if I can write a book here, I can probably get some traffic to my website based on people who come across my book. And that can help me monetize the affiliate recommendation that I was doing for the product. And next 8-9 months were this, a new quest, so to speak, to try and figure out how can I convert my knowledge and expertise into a book that can be sold on Amazon. And as it happened, the book was released and it became a bestseller. And I did get a lot of people from Amazon to come onto my site on the blog. But something else happened which caught me by surprise, that some of these people said, can you help me prepare for this exam? Can you coach me? And, I'll pay you. Back then, I didn't realize how did this happen all of a sudden, but then I was too happy. So that's how the coaching journey started. And very organically, I kept on writing books on project management first and later on digital marketing, and continued coaching. And since coaching wasn't scalable, I started converting those things into courses, and a complete online business was established on the basis of books. And taking it forward, then we are now creating a software which helps people who take this exam to prepare for it. So yeah, multiple products, services, coaching, books, etc. But interesting thing happened after COVID, which is people figured out that I had quit corporate, and I was running a business based on my expertise that I had earned during my corporate days. So they started asking, how did I do it? And I started sharing my journey, basically saying that, the book basically gave me the authority. Being an author gave me the authority, where people came to me and said, hey, can you help me do this? And then people said, okay, I want to write a book as well. Can you help me? So from there, another services segment was kind of added. So I basically now run 3 smaller businesses to help project managers and up to CXOs to write their books or prepare for this exam.
So I think excellent to know how the transformation from a corporate world to a journey of an entrepreneur or a passionpreneur has happened. Shiv, when I was listening, you 2 things got stuck to me, and I would like to bring it up to the conversation. One is there is this beautiful book by Robin Sharma, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, right? So what I see that more and more we know about the corporate culture, the corporate world, I realize that we focus on the mental wellness or the holistic well-being of employees should be taken care, because if the employee feel burnout, he's not liking the work he wants to do, or maybe he's not getting the right amount of exposure or the playground to perform. Maybe the implications of similar scenarios written in the book about how people became monk by selling their Ferraris. Second point is going back to the other side of this conversation is about passion. What is your passion? And of course, when we were talking other day about the ikigai concept, it's more on what's your passion, what drives you, and can you make value out of it. So I think these 2 things sort of stuck to me when I heard your transformation journey, Shiv. Shiv, with respect to upskilling individuals, right? And I'm sure you have seen your journey where you have upgraded your knowledge base, you have upgraded your knowledge system, or you have bring your knowledge to a point where it is going to help others. What are the few guiding steps you want to suggest to anybody watching, listening, be it in the corporates or in the youth or the young generation, how they need to move from a pedestal to a pedestal, and what are the few guiding steps you want to share with them based on your practical have shared?
Sure. So with the advent or with the availability of digital channels now, it's today more easier than ever it has been to spread your voice, spread your message. And when I started by what we call as leading with value, which is you share what you know, help people get some results that you have expertise in, and that establishes your credibility. Credibility gives rise to trust, and trust will basically open up growth opportunities for you. So someone that's an expert at what they do, the easiest thing to do is to start sharing what you know, the lessons learned over the years, the wins, the failures. There is so much one can learn from failure, right? Just share all of these, and that brings awareness to you, to your knowledge, to your expertise. And once you start doing that, then people will be attracted to you. People that are interested in what you have to say, what you have to share, will be interested in you. They'll come to you. Then start helping them get the results that they need. And that's how it starts. They will talk about your help, you get to talk about their successes, and that's how you can basically productize your knowledge. And then a lot of good things start happening. Opportunities begin to come once you are known for what you do in your niche.
Shiv, out of the 16 books which you have authored, which one is your favorite and why?
Well, it has to be the first one, because the first one was about the exam. Essentially, these books are, I have 2 series books and 3 standalone books. The first book was about a strategy. It was a strategy book. It was not a study guide per se, but it was my experience of preparing for this exam, right from the application stage to mental preparation to covering so much of content which is there to study, and to fill the gap between knowing your content to be really be ready for the exam, because this is a practitioner's exam and it tests your ability to think on your feet like a project manager. It's not a knowledge-based exam. So all of this in a very systematic, simple, step-by-step approach is what the essence of that book was. And that being the first book was difficult to put together and publish, because a lot of this is marketing. It's just not putting together your knowledge, but creating a product is as much marketing as about the content. So that experience was great, and to really be able to help people through that, and the kind of feedback that you get, it makes that that first book very special feeling. So yeah, I would say the very first book was my favorite in terms of the sheer experience.
Oh, absolutely, because it goes well with when you started the initial days. It was something new. You sort of adventured, and that becomes sort of the stepping stone in the overall journey of success. Shiv, you are PMP as well, and you worked a lot on the PMP, right? The project management professionals. Who are PMPs and how PMPs are shaping the projects which Bharat has? Let's say in corporate or in the bureaucracy or in the government or in anywhere, in any sector, a lot of projects are being done. So what does PMP mean and how PMP make transformation possible? Please share your thoughts.
Sure. As you said, the expansion of PMP is project management professional, and it's a certification course, a practitioner's exam, certification exam, run by PMI, Project Management Institute. Now, the challenge with developing countries is that not many organizations have a very systematic training and development section or department or even budget. It's changing now, but it's been traditionally the case, which meant that most of the project managers did not get trained as project managers. Typically what would happen, and we saw this more and more in IT field, is that you start off as a trainee or engineer, a coder, a developer, and then become an analyst, then become a team lead, completely taking over the technical side of the project. And then suddenly you are made project manager because of your expertise in technology. But being a project manager is a completely different ballgame. You need to be wearing multiple hats. You need to understand your customer, get their true requirements, create scope out of it, and create a execution plan, manage people, manage vendors, technology, risks. It's a whole gamut of expertise that you need to bring to the table, and not many are trained in this. And that is why PMP exam, which is a holistic training for becoming an effective and efficient project manager became sort of a de facto standard for project managers. As in the avatar now, it is also something that has evolved over the years. But in the current avatar, it covers the traditional project management approach, agile project management approach, and a hybrid project management approach. All of it. It's a complete 360-degree system, which if you study for and pass the exam, it sort of gives you a third party credibility saying, hey, this person knows how to manage a project in terms of the knowledge, right? And because it's a practitioner's exam, it carries a lot of weightage in the industry, to the extent that many organizations, when they call for a particular job position, they say only PMPs can apply. So that's the benefit of PMP, and any manager doesn't, irrespective of the industry, geography, or vertical, who's managing any kind of project, is a good investment or good next step in their career if they can plan for PMP exam.
No, because I see if you don't have right amount of experience, you become firefighter. So it is always good to transition from firefighter to somebody who knows the art and skills and science of managing projects and implementing them.
Absolutely. Well said.
In our conversation, we have this wonderful session, this portion where I have this book from Gurudev Shishi Ravishankarji on leadership. And of course, you train leaders, you coach leaders. So I think this will be very nice. I would like to know from you, what is your favorite number from 1 to 75?
1 to 75? Okay, I'll go with 21.
21. So I have this message at the page number 21, which I'll read out. It says, for a good manager. So since we are talking of PMPs and managers, so of course, for a good manager, it is important to be in the present moment with patience and poise. I'll again repeat, for a good manager, it is important to be in the present moment with patience and poise. So that's the point which came up. What do you think about it? What's your thought of this message and of your practical experience as, of course, as manager, and now you're coaching managers to become PMPs and authority coach and also authors?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that a lot of our issues come from either the fact that we are thinking about the past or we are worried about the future. But if you really see, the power to take action is always there in the current moment. And a series of current moments become past, right? So which means that if I'm able to do a good job in the current moment, then my past will become much better, because I will always be able to think what is required to be done and focus my energies in the current present moment to do a best job at what I'm doing. So being in the present moment is very powerful, also very difficult, because we are creatures of habits, and our habit has always been like, either be worried or anxious. So it takes certain practices like meditation, kriya, etc., to be able to be in the present moment. But if you can, and it comes with practice slowly and steadily, you will start to see the benefit of being able to be grounded in the current, present moment, and then give your best to the task at hand. More important for project managers and leaders, because they are typically wearing multiple hats. They need to be thinking about company, vendor, client, their team members, themselves, other key stakeholders all the time, right? So that means communication and all these different aspects of their job become so important that you cannot risk dropping any of them. And you can do that best when you are present now and here in this moment to be able to take a stock of what's going on and how best you can deal with the situation.
No, so nicely explained and put. Do you agree that the managers who meditate or who follow certain path of yogic practices are more productive vis-a-vis managers who are not doing so?
Yes, I don't just think, I've experienced this because I told you at one point of time, I had burnt out. And it was this practice of being mindful, doing meditation, etc., which gave me a perspective, plus the ability to not be bothered about things that you cannot control. See, a lot of our problems are because we try to worry about things that we cannot control. And then because of that, we lose the ability to act on the things that we can control. So either way, it starts going wrong, right? So these practices like daily meditation, or even just being mindful about what I'm thinking, what I'm doing, just being aware of ourselves, our thoughts, our actions, is quite helpful, is what I've seen. So basically two things which sort of has helped me after that burnout episode is, don't worry about the things that you cannot control. Do the best by being aware and trying to be in the current moment, the things that you can control.
Absolutely. The more we try to control the situation, the more problem it creates. The more we let go, I think, of course, the natural progression make it happen. What is good for us at that point of time. I really agree with your thought. So, Shiv, how do you make somebody write the book? How do you make that happen for an individual to write a book?
Yeah. So just a sort of disclaimer that when you say a book, there are several types of books that are possible. You can write a novel, you can write a memoir, you can write a biography, you can write children book, you can write business books, self-help books, so many different types. And the type that we are talking about is writing what I call as an authority book. In other words, you're productizing your knowledge and expertise into a book that solves a particular problem for your audience. And in my experience, that's the easiest type of book to write because, let's say if you're writing a novel, then you have to think of a genre, subgenre even, possibly, and the protagonist and antagonist and all the characters, the twists and turns and climax and all of that. You have to imagine a lot of things. You have to be very, very creative there. But here, you're just productizing what you already know in a way that is very conversational. So the easy, the part of actually reading and understanding becomes very easy. And so is implementation of what you are teaching them through the book, for your reader. So writing an authority book basically goes, you can broadly sort of categorize them into 3 or 4 different stages in terms of approach. First one is trying to figure out who exactly are those people that can benefit from your knowledge. And we call this as ideal reader, right? Ideal reader profile, IRP, we say. So that clarity is very essential. You need to understand who is that you're going to help through your book. What are all their problems, their dreams, their needs, their wants, their aspirations, all of that. And then once you understand where they are and where they want to go to, then you try and put your solution in a what I call as P2P path, that is pain, that is where they are, to the promised land, that is where they want to be. Between these two stages, you put multiple steps. Basically, you convert your own suggestion of solving this problem into multiple steps, and we call that as P2P path. So you define this path. This path is basically the journey that your reader takes to achieve the promise of the book. So once you have this, then you use certain tools like mind mapping, etc., to convert this into a beautiful outline of the book, outline that the promise of the book is delivered, right? And this outline also becomes your table of content for the book. And then it's now about writing each of these steps in a very conversational way. So the ideal reader that you have thought about earlier, you imagine the person in front of you and you write your book as if you are teaching the person. Make it very conversational, simple English, right? Nothing fancy. So once you have it, you try and now implement certain marketing practices as well as human psychology based practices. One is that you refine this writing into a very persuasive, I would say, persuasive way, which means you make it engaging. Some copywriting principles are at play here, which all are based on human psychology. So you basically make your book very easy to read and very engaging and interesting by writing it or refining it to write persuasively. And then finally, you do the copy editing and proofreading. These are two terms which are used to basically ensure that you make your manuscript grammatically right, conceptually right. The sentences are easy to read. Each paragraph and each page and each chapter basically lives the promise that it is supposed to deliver. And then finally you create the metadata. Metadata is nothing but the cover, the title, of course, the subtitle, the cover image, the cover design, description, all of this. And you publish it on Amazon. I'm going with Amazon basically because it covers 80% of world's population in terms of people who are interested in books. And it's very simple and effective to publish on Amazon. And it's a great distribution platform. And finally, you launch the book. So, in essence, these are few steps that you can use to create your authority book.
Here you go on becoming the author and the niche which you carry and become the authority by claiming your expertise. Yeah. Shiv, what are the 2 or 3 books you would like the youth in the current age should read?
I'll tell you, the ones that have influenced me and helped me personally. You can come out with a big list of awesome books, but I'll only pick few which have helped me. One of the things that I've experienced is that when you are an employee, you carry a particular mindset, but when you are an entrepreneur, it demands a completely different mindset. So this transition is very essential. Otherwise, your enterprise will always suffer. So to be able to work on our mindset is very, very essential. And especially in Indian society, we do not have a great mindset around money. We often equate money to be evil and all of that. And what happens is that those belief systems, which we probably are not even aware of at the subconscious level, blocks us from doing those things which are commercial or money-making enterprise. So working on mindset is the primary thing. And thankfully for me, I came across this book by T. Harv Eker. It's called The Millionaire Mindset. And I came across this book way back in 2003, and that's the one which made me think about doing something on my own in a way which is not trading your time for money. So trading time for money is employment, even when you are self-employed. But you would rather create assets of your knowledge, like books and courses and such ones, cohort, etc., which can continue earning you money at scale even when you are sleeping. This kind of mindset you need to develop, and this book has been something which is very, very helpful for me to develop that mindset. The next book that I would recommend is called The One Thing by Gary Keller, because being a project manager and being an entrepreneur are almost similar, because you need to manage multiple areas of your business, right? We talked about, as a project manager, which are all the areas that you need to look at. As an entrepreneur also, you need to look at your content, your marketing, production, distribution, returns, customer support, all of it, So managing yourself also becomes a big part, because now you don't have a boss. You basically are completely free to do what you want, but you need to be able to drive and guide yourself. And for that, being able to prioritize your work is very, very essential. So this book by Gary Keller called The One Thing has helped me focus on, of course, it also goes with some of the other concepts like Eisenhower matrix, where you identify your tasks into important and not important versus urgent versus not urgent quadrants. So combining these two has helped me identify what we call as needle moving work, the work which actually takes your business forward, and continuously keep on focusing on that, keep on getting them done so that you can make progress. So yeah, these are two books I would recommend. And then specific to what you're doing, you need to pick up other books. For example, for me, I have a couple of copywriting books that help me, and mindset related ones, mindfulness, those are the things. But without giving too many overwhelming options, I would say these are two books: mindset and being able to manage your time well are the game changers for me.
Oh, these are wonderful suggestions, I think, for the viewers. Having the right mindset and keep doing that one thing. And to this point, I would like to draw one of the slokas from Patanjali Yoga Sutras, where the great saint, the sage, the scientist of the olden ancient Vedic times, Maharshi Patanjali Yoga, gave a Patanjali Yoga Sutra. He talks about, if you keep doing one thing, your practice continuously for a longer period of time, of course, with determination, with that amount of commitment, and that thing becomes your one thing, So I think it was a wonderful conversation, Shiv, to know you, and a lot of new concepts we got to know about you, and of course going to help a lot to our viewers in terms of making their journey, becoming authority in the area. Thank you so much, Shiv, for having a conversation. Thank you so much. See you soon sometime.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Take care. Have a great day.
Bye.